Thank you so much, everyone, for your presence. It's a lazy Sunday evening. Weather is mostly, quite cloudy and rainy everywhere. So I really appreciate your presence to be here and my immense gratitude for being here, investing your precious time about this useful, very much relevant topic about understanding our health pyramid and building immunity the Vedic way, the Ayurvedic way. So, Ayurveda, an ancient Indian system of holistic healing and medicine, stems from the ancient Vedic culture and is often called the mother of all healing. It is well known for strengthening the mind body connection and establishing the body's balance with nature. Therefore, Ayurveda places a great emphasis on prevention and promotes the principle of building immunity naturally for overall good health and wellness through a balanced diet, lifestyle, and use of herbs. Nutrition plays a central role in Ayurvedic living. So, today in our session, we deep dive into the Ayurvedic aspect of nutrition, knowing our health pyramid, and how healthy diet can nourish our mind, body, and soul. To give you a short intro about the Chit Chat Talk series, a couple of months back we started with this initiative from Sanj to introspect core topics that positively impact our well-being and the world around us. We have done some open space sessions and expert sessions. So till now we have hosted sessions on self-care, self-love, importance of social work, extending compassion towards community animals. The last two sessions focused on the importance of sleep and understanding the management of stress for a better mental, physical, and emotional health. Today, in Chapter 7, Dr. Bhupesh Vashisht will take us through a journey of understanding how healthy food and diet can nourish our mind, body, and soul, and to create the foundation for a long term health and well being. Dr. Bhupesh Vashisht is an Ayurvedic consultant and the founder of Aas Ayurveda. He aims towards providing an access to healthy living and disease-free life to people through the ancient knowledge of Ayurveda. It's truly a pleasure, Dr. Bhupesh, to have you on our Chit Chat Talk series. Thank you so much for
Thank
giving
you.
us our time
Thank
and investing the time to help people, whoever we can, in our every small effort possible. Would you like to say some words?
yeah. Thank you so much, Achal. So, at the outside, I would like to thank you and all the participants who have come here on a virtual platform in the second Lazy Sunday, as you said. So, at Aas Ayurveda, we aim to create a healthy journey of people. As you mentioned, that Ayurveda is a very broad science. If you go and touch one topic, it would not be possible to summarize each and everything in within a span of some 60, 90 minutes. And today's topic I have chosen very selectively as we are basically following a health pyramid which is quite detrimental to our health. So our pyramids, the health pyramids, are totally inverted right now. So without building up few things, I would like you to straight away start the session and take us to the first slide. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhupesh. So just a few quick pointers to mention, like whoever are all of us present in the conversation, let us try to be on mute while one person is talking. If at any point any question or any thought strikes your mind, please mention it on the chat box and we will take possession during the course of the session or towards the end. So let us all be, good listeners and respect everyone's opinion, and we have received your expectations through the Google form, some of which will be addressed during the session itself, and the remaining we can address towards the end. Also, like Dr. Bhupesh also mentioned, Ayurveda being a vast science, we have to stick to the scope of the topic of this session. If there are any remaining queries or more understanding required, we can take it through another session, or you can also reach out to us offline. So now we will start first. Like Dr. Bhupesh mentioned, we have inverted health pyramids these days. So first he will be taking us through what do we mean by a health pyramid in our daily life. So I'll just share my screen. Just a second. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. The next slide, please.
Just a second. I think I have to not keep it on full screen because people can join in. And just a second,
Please.
because if I am inviting people, then I would have to come back and open it again.
Anshul, you can try the other view. There is, I think, a handbook view or something.
I'm choosing a window, the window view.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see now, right?
The second slide. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
So first of all, yeah, this is not some signboard outside a dhaba, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, यहाँ पे सब मिलता है. So there is a specific reason for putting this health pyramid in this way, and why I have chosen the larger font for breakfast, lunch, and the smaller fonts for healthy snacks and dinner. So, and similarly, this is the pyramid on your left side is the ideal health pyramid, and the one on the right side is the wrong health pyramid, as we can see. So when we begin our day in the morning, we usually have some morning drink, right? We all kind of drinks, all expensive drinks, and some desi drinks like jeera water, turmeric water, lemon water, honey lemon water. So before we begin to explain why morning drink is important, uh, it sets your gut in the most lightest way to evacuate in the morning, right? To have proper bowel evacuation, it is important to have a morning drink with all the kind of drinks that I just have mentioned. There are ample of choices, but one caveat that comes here is one should not stick to one certain kind of drink every day. You have to vary your drink every day. For example, if you are having some jeera water in the morning, next day you should take some hot lemon water. But again, as said in the beginning, that Ayurveda is very personalized in nature. You should know your prakriti in well advanced. At Aas Ayurveda, we have created one platform called Prakriti Analysis Tool. So all the participants, I would request you to get your Prakriti Analysis test done after this conversation. It's a free test, and there would be some recommendations also that you can follow about following your health pyramid. So coming back to this health pyramid, so morning drinks are I just have mentioned that you should keep on varying them, not to stick on one certain kind of drink every day. Now, the second most important thing that we do every day is start our day with our national drink, which is tea, milk tea. So milk tea is a very harmful. If you drink it empty stomach in the morning, it is going to burn your gastric mucosa, right? So it you can take an example. If you have a big tawa and it is just plain, it doesn't have anything on it, and you put some hot water there, it would sound like jhan. So this is what tea does if you drink it empty stomach in the morning, right? So tea is absolutely no go zone drink in the morning. One should not have it. It especially if someone is suffering from the conditions like constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, and constipational diarrhea, it would be very detrimental for their health. So yeah, tea acts as a stimulant. So if you are still a tea lover, you can have it in the evening as a stimulant at a very mild quantity in the evening, right? So second, this is just a first basic thing in the morning that we have to do. The second thing is breakfast. So again, I would like to put emphasis on why the fonts of breakfast are a bit larger as compared to the dinner. So the reason is it is the first meal, and why we call breakfast as breakfast, because we are breaking our fast. It has to be Achal, can we move to the next slide, please?
Yes.
You can see, right? I have moved it to the next slide.
Next one.
Okay. This one?
Yeah. So just few points I would again briefly like to touch about water. So we do a malpractice also, that we drink water in a very hassle manner, right? It should be sip by sip. It should be warm or lukewarm. And TDS nowadays, what we do, we keep TDS below 90 at our home. So this should not be done, right? It should be above 250. Otherwise, the water would lose all of its minerals. And if you are not active, then 1.5 liters or 6 glasses are sufficient. If you are doing some strenuous activities, then 2.5 liters is sufficient. We need to break a myth that we should consume more water. So there has to be some limit also. If you drink more water without doing any strenuous activity or workout, it would definitely harm your gastric mucosa and belly. It would swallow up your enzymes, and the digestive fire, which helps in digesting meals, would be on a lower side to digest your meals. And special precaution has to be taken by the people who are suffering from some impaired kidney functions or chronic kidney disease. Their water level has to be in according to their BMI. It has to be very minimal, like 500, 700 ml, whatever their urologist suggests, and whatever their serum creatinine level, phosphorus level. So it has to be accordance to their BMI and as per the advice of the doctors, right? And as we progress in our day, even the water has to be lowered down. Yeah, next slide, please. So again, coming back to the main first meal of the day, so breakfast, it should have. So if you are not on, if one is not on a weight losing spree, right? So you should start your day with a healthy calories diet around 1000 calories. So calories and nutrition again are two different subjects, right? They are really quite related. For example, a pizza, a small medium pizza has 1500 calories, but it has nothing in terms of nutrition, right? It clogs your gut. But at the same time, ghee, which we आजकल नाक भगोड़ते हैं हम घी खाते हुए, घी नहीं खाते हैं, मैं मोटा हो जाऊंगा, मैं पतला हो जाऊंगा. So again, all kind of fallacy that has been introduced by West in our country. So ghee is very essential item in our day. It contains short chain fatty acids, so it especially girls, they don't need to vary of the fact that it would make them fat or something. It would prepare everyone for later years of our life. So ghee has calories, but their source is healthy. Pizza, on the other side, has calories, but no nutrition. So this has to be kept in mind, that your source of calories is coming from where. And very different kind of diets are prevalent these days. Keto diets, high protein diets. So these all diets are marketing gimmick and fads. बचपन में हमने पढ़ा था, right? Carbohydrates, protein and fat का ratio 3:2:1, right? So this is still applicable in every form. So you can start having keto diets, intermittent fasting also, but what they do harm your minerals and nutrition in the body. For example, high keto diet would be leading to you to the conditions like ketoacidosis, more acidic gastric mucosa. So these are some of the imperative points that need to be understood while practicing a certain kind of diet. And weight loss is a process. And even if you are fasting, even if you are on low calorie diet to shed off, breakfast has to be main meal. Why it has to be a main meal, I would explain later in these slides. So it has to be combination of healthy fats, carbs and protein. Some of the options I have listed down. So even if you choose some of these options, again, varying these options is very important. You cannot stick to khichdi, dalia and boiled vegetables every day. Your platter has to be very colorful. It has to be very, very varying in nature, right? But at the same time, it has to be seasonal and regional. For example, I would stress upon a very simple point. We all love nariyal pani, but I have seen patients in my clinical practice that to some people, even nariyal pani causes bloating and acidity. Why? For North Indians, nariyal pani, coconut water, is not their staple or not their locally grown food. It is growing in southern and western India. So when it comes to our vegetable market, it is already 10-12 days old, right? So it becomes pungent. Its impotency, which was earlier sheath virya, cool potency, it changes to pungent now, which is again very detrimental for your digestive fire and for your belly. So stick to this principle while following your pyramid. Make sure that you follow the principle of CPF in the ratio of 3:2:1. Yeah. So yeah, next slide, please. Morning snacks. Yeah. So again, yeah, this is the second most important thing. So if you follow health pyramid, basically we advise our patient, no matter what kind of condition it is, diabetes, hypertension, weight loss, hypothyroidism, there has to be smaller portion control, or not even smaller in some cases, healthy and portion control meals, so that their digestive fire can stay involved and they can have nutrition after every regular interval. Once you start following this pyramid, you become disciplined. Discipline is absolutely required. Even if you are going to have some goal, for example, I would be having a healthy life after, say, a certain number of months. I cannot expect results within some span of days, right? So it is a process, just like every process, just like an exam of a kid or of a student who would be appearing in an exam, and after 1 year. Health too requires a time to see some results. You have to abide by the rules, and this health pyramid can play a definitive role in it. So morning snack has to be very important thing. You cannot randomly have anything. For example, most of people bunch donuts, some high calorie diets which are preserved, processed, fermented around. And in our offices, mostly we munch patties, pastries, such kind of. Instead of doing that, we can always adapt to healthy options like CHAT. Especially people who are suffering from constipation, Ayurvedic processed CHAT is a very good and healthy option. Other than giving calcium, but it provides mobility in your gut. It helps in beating constipation, but it has to be processed. Again, I told you in the beginning, Ayurveda is very personalized in nature. So you cannot randomly have charge or curd at your home. If there is an element of kapha in your body, then it would impact your health in a bad way. So know your prakriti before you follow any kind of health pyramid. Then sprouts. Again, I have seen, I would be like to briefly touch upon the clinical experience I have in my practice. So sprouts usually again cause bloating in some patients. So it increases vayu in the body. So steamed sprout are the ideal to have. They don't usually cause bloating in the body. So fruits again. Again, I told you 3:2:1 the ratio. Fruits provide you that essential carbohydrates in the body. So your morning snack is an important meal between your breakfast and your lunch. So it has to be consumed. Should not be skipped at all. Yeah, please next.
Yeah, so just one point here to make. So we might have some questions in the chat, and we got some from the Google form as well. So we will be taking it towards the end of the session. Once we are done with the concepts and we have talked about the health pyramid and the immunity concepts of Ayurveda, after that we will be taking the questions together. I hope that is fine, Dr. Bhupesh. I can just see the PPT on my screen actually, not anyone else. So just got to check. Okay? Yeah.
So lunch, again, the second main meal of the body, of the day. Yeah, we again, Achal, can you come back to the inverted pyramid once again? The bad ones. Yeah. So this is the problem we are facing right now. Our body fire stays very active till 2 p.m. in the body. As like the movement of sun, it also goes slow down as we progress during the day. So lunch has to be, should have, if you love having rajma, chole, red kidney bean, chickpeas, it should be during this time, and no rice in the evening or in the night also, as curd. So these all are the principle which were followed by our dadi, nani earlier, even our parents. It is our generation which is following this inverted pyramid, and that's why we are having so many problems right now, from hormonal to weight to sleepless nights, right? So this is, our dinner takes 10 to 12 hours, to be digested. So it has to be very light in terms of, so एक principle है simple सा एक line का, जो आहार पकने में टाइम लेता है, वो पचने में भी टाइम लेगा. Simple सी बात. You should ask this question to yourself, that this certain diet is taking time. So moong dal doesn't take much time in cooking. Rajma whereas take a lot of time. So it has to be consumed and during the day, not in the right. These are very small things which we need to keep on reminding ourselves again and again, so that we stick to this pyramid. Yeah, to the same slide where we were earlier. Achha. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it should have 500 to 800 calories. So if someone is working very hard, strenuous, or a job that involves a lot of mind game, etc., so they should have this much calories, 800 calories during their day, during the lunch time. And as I said earlier, this is the best time to have heavy pulses, white rice, paneer, curd, everything which are heavy in nature, which have cough which makes cough in the body as a main dosh. Next please. Yeah, here comes from here are the main culprits, starts. Yeah. Evening hunger pain. So why we feel hungry in the evening? So we start our day with a small breakfast, bread, choti si bread. So if you pour bread in a water and make a morsel of it comes out this small. It doesn't have any. It is simple carbohydrate, again, which shoots your glucose level in the body, and so that you feel that I have taken a considerable amount of glucose and calories to kick off my day, which is but brain and body does not work that way. It doesn't work like maths, right? That you have taken this calories during that day, and now you can have a light meal in the evening. Body simply does not work like maths. It has biochemistry, biophysiology, microbiology. It has so many factors, and plus your digestive fire. It has so many things to play. So you cannot fool yourself. You can fool yourself, but you cannot fool your body that you are having this very light breakfast. And it is because of these light breakfasts we tend to have evening hunger pangs, and that is the time we tend to rush to the immediately available food items like deep fried items, pastry, pizza, burger, these readily available things which are preserved, refrigerated, so that, and here and our every organ of our body has its own brain. For example, we have seen patients who do not eat enough calories, yet they are unable to shed weight. Why? Because whatever they take, our liver is so smart that it converts everything, whatever you are having, even minute of food grains or whatever you have during the day, it converts it into fat. So that if liver understand that this person is not going to give me enough calories, so that I can convert it into fat, so that it would be used as a source of energy for me to later on. That's why people who do not eat are also bulky. So this is a simple plain science behind the reason. So if any one of you want to shed weight, make sure you keep on munching some healthy meals, which is coming from healthy calories, has nutrition, and eat after every 2-3 hours. So no more these preserved, processed meals. You can always ask. So people keep on asking, what should we eat? We don't have any options. There are ample of options actually, and you can make healthy snacks at your home. Homemade laddus, So small roti, roll, roasted makhana, puffed rice, chanas. There are ample of. If you even go and Google it, what kind of meals we have, you can always Google and find out what kind of meals that you should take in the evening as a munching snacks, because evening is the time we are tired, we need some glucose, we need some energy, or even to sit with our family to as a evening gossiping meal. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yes, this is again, Achal, as I told you in the beginning, right? So our health pyramid is totally inverted now. So even if we start doing this particular meal correctly, if we start eating it we can actually keep off so many diseases at bay from our life. Diabetes, hypertension, lifestyle disorders that are occurring in our life only because we have a very heavy dinner. What it does, if you consume a very heavy dinner in the night, it clogs your, it doesn't get digested with 6 or 7 hours of sleep. It clogs your channels. It the whatever indigested meals remain in the body. It creates toxins in the body, which wherever they get stuck, give rise to body ailments and diseases. So again, time has to be fixed. The primary reason of creating this health pyramid is to make you disciplined. So because just like any goal, even health doesn't come at so easy. You have to be very disciplined. Whatever you take, discipline again, and consistency is also very important. So people come to us, they don't have time. मंडे से करूंगा, अगले महीने से करूंगा, अगले साल से करूंगा. Believe me, this Monday never comes. Right now is the right time. Today is the right time. Even if you start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever kind of workout is the next slide, which we'll be talking about. It has to be so diet, lifestyle, and medicines. These are three integral part of any Ayurveda regimen, and we create health journeys on the similar lines at Aas Ayurveda. So this is. Can you please take to the next slide, please, so that I'll next one. Yes. So I advocate this small principle of mine. Earn but burn. So कमाते हम पर खर्च भी करना चाहिए हमें. So we load ourselves with a lot of calories, but we don't do any workout. So 150 minutes of workout, if you do not have, if you're not a sports person, if you don't have aligned with some specific sports activity, you can do 150 minutes of workout a week. For this is the average amount of workout we all should do, irrespective of our schedule. And it should have both strength training as well as yoga. Since I personally do not recommend gym exercises, they do give you strength, but at the same time, they make your body rigid. So yoga is Achal, you being a yoga practitioner, right? You can shed more light on it, that how yogasan can help both ways, mind, body, soul connection. So yogasans and you don't need to practice so many yoga asanas. For people, unless you're not a hardcore yoga practitioner, you can do sun salutation every day. They are the best form of yoga asanas one should do every day. That can be done without any equipment. All you need is a mat, and even if you don't have a mat, you can use chadar, dari, whatever. They can help you. And some people even bhangra dance. So there should not be any excuse. You can choose your workout. And okay, any workout is the best workout. It has to be activity and exercise. Both are different things. We all have these expensive gadgets with us. We keep on monitoring how many steps we have taken, but they are basically in the categories of activity. That is not exercise. So when you do exercise, the healthy hormones keep circulating in your body. They give you a sense of feeling and achievement every day. And one achievement leads to another achievement. They make you happy that I have achieved something. And routine, again is a very important thing. So give yourself, if you are not regular on a workout, give yourself a 21 days challenge, because if you follow a 21 days challenge, right, it goes into deep into your subconscious mind. It helps you to follow a routine, and once you follow this routine for 6 months, science says that it becomes your lifestyle forever. Right, so that's why there is a psyche behind following 21 days. Most of the plans you have seen, Ayurveda plans, even any courses, academic courses, any teacher would suggest you or recommend, even meditation programs are like this only, that they are of 21 days. So there is a psyche, there is a reason behind it, that it change your psyche, it involves you. Daily meditation you can do, there are a lot of meditation available, but again, if you're new into meditation, you have to play with certain techniques, with which techniques suit. So some people say Vipassana suits them a lot. Some say some dynamic meditation suits them. So there are different kind of meditation that you have to practice basis on your time, energy, and involvement. But given the kind of environment we are living, meditation again is a very, very imperative thing that we have to do every day. Yeah. So I shall come back to previous slide, please. So I have given
earlier. Okay.
Yeah, this one. So this is the tool I was talking about earlier. So we all individuals. So we have 10 or 12 participants here. We all have different prakriti, nature, body constitution. It is, so Anchal would be having a different body constitution. I would be having a different entirely. Devika and Priyanka. So whatever we eat every day, it should be in alignment with our Ayurvedic Prakriti, Ayurveda Prakriti. So we have created this tool. This tool is free of cost. You can go to this link and fill the questionnaire. You will get to know about your Prakriti and some general guidelines that what should you do and how this can prepare you in your prepare your body in the later years of your life. So this is the tool. Prakriti.aasayurveda.com. It's available here to know your Prakriti. Yeah, the next slide, please. Yes. So far, should we take questions right now or wait?
Yes, I think let's take the questions that are there on the chat for a while. And then we can switch to the concept of immunity, which is, of course, a very important and burning topic these days in times of COVID pandemic. So let me just go through the chat once. Let's take the questions that we got through Google Form later, and let's address the ones that are in the chat at the moment. So, okay, so Devika here asks, so she's saying that we should eat the fresh foods that are local to us, like Dr. Bhupesh also specified, seasonal and natural. And Priyanka has a question here, does green tea have any benefit if consumed along with morning and evening snack?
I'm sure there is no one here who is in FMCG or selling green teas. I honestly never found green teas are helping or adding any health to your life. They are like mutual funds, right? So they are like mutual funds. They can help you. They may not help you. And I found it very confounding. People investing so much of money in green teas. You can make your green tea at your home. So ginger is available, honey is available, lemon is available. Keep varying on your options. You can have it. It doesn't have any side effect. But again, if you keep on having it too much, for example, one green tea is suffice. If you don't have time to make your green tea at your home, one green tea is sufficient. But too much of green tea is also not going to add any benefit to your life. It makes you cool having just cup. That's it. And the second question, how is Ayurveda different from modern science? Yeah, that's again the ambit of this question is going to be very broad, but in a very precise manner, I would summarize it that Ayurveda keeps your body constitution, prakriti in mind before planning. It's unlike modern medicine, which is symptomatic in nature. So you go to a doctor. You tell them, I have fever, I have cough, I have diarrhea, I have constipation, I have headache. So they write this thing that take. So they work on symptomatic treatment. Ayurveda works on root cause. There are multiple channels, multiple things which a sapient Ayurveda physician keeps in mind before planning your regimen, before planning, before doing your Aushad or medicine chikitsa. So these are Ashtavad Priksha, keeping Vat with cough aggravation in your body, and then writing your regimen. So it is very deep in nature. It's not like, for example, even if antacid, so Kamdhuda Ras, if I give example, both are Kamdhuda Ras, Sudshekha Ras, these are both are antacids in nature. But if a certain person is has a different body constitution, then a same doctor Ayurveda physician would recommend the previous one. And if the Ayurveda constitution is different in your body, they would choose a different antacid for your body. It's not like one shoe fits to all. It's very personalized in nature. So this is precisely a difference between Ayurveda and modern medicine.
Yes.
Has asked one more question. How much time should we in the period? Because some of us start the day late and might not be hungry enough for my day. See, your meals should be in accordance to your calories, your day's requirement. If you are waking up a bit late, you can still start your day with a healthy breakfast. Or you can have, if you don't have time for regular meals, you can always have fruits, sprouted steams, or fluids, not fruit juices. I do not recommend them, because having juice means you have killed your fruit. The best part, the pulp, which was keeping the alkalinity of your fruit, goes away. So it is very important to have fruit as a whole item. So, and if you still do not follow the pyramid in the way, it is always advisable to have smaller and portion controlled meals always.
Yes. The next question is, as a South Indian, Devika asks, we eat rice for almost all 3 meals. So is eating rice for dinner harmful? Is a change in diet required?
And, as I told in the beginning, that it depends which environment you are living. If you are a Southern Indian and living in a North India, then it's advisable not to have rice in the evening, though it's your staple food. But again, important thing is that your meal should have all kind of grains. Presently, what is happening in India, as we rely mostly on wheat and rice, we don't have other millets which we were having earlier, and this is the primary a big reason for us to have constipation, to colon cancer. So you should not stick to one kind of staple food, to one kind of grain always. You should keep on varying it so that your body will get all kind of nutrition. The mobility of your gut keeps on adjusting itself with the kind of meal you are having, right? It doesn't feel boredom as well with one kind of meal. Okay.
The last one is from Manik, Dr. Bhupesh, if you'd like to just read it. He is asking about the use of milk and sugar.
Milk. Okay. Thank you for asking, Manik, this question. Milk, again, see, every practitioner does evidence-based practice. So I have a sort of aversion advocating milk to people. Right? We don't get pure milk in the market. So if you can ensure that you are getting a high quality organic milk, the cow which is giving you, or buffalo which is giving you milk, is not having a pesticide in making the milk. So this is very important to have before you consume milk. And milk is a heavy meal. So if you want to have milk, you should have it in the morning, not in the night. People who have constipation can take milk in the night, but again in a very smaller quantity. Again, I'm stressing upon again and again that Ayurveda is very personalized in nature. if you have difficulty in shedding weight, if you are suffering from hypothyroidism, diarrhea, constipational diarrhea, then milk is not a advisable meal for you at all. Right? Rather put healthy fiber in your body, which will help you in a lot of ways, which milk would not.
Yeah, so we are done in the questions in the chat. So I had one question which was asked to me by someone else, that what kind of herbs can be taken in cases of rheumatoid arthritis? It was
So, see, again, as I told you, Ayurveda doesn't work in this way. It's not OTC kind of over-the-counter drug kind of a thing. So whoever asks this question, they can touch base with me later on. I need to analyze and study their prakriti and the kind of arthritis they have, so that I can answer them in detail. So it's not
Okay.
going to be as simple as antacid and anti-inflammatory or painkiller kind of question.
okay. Thank you, Dr. Bhupesh. So Priyanka just rejoined. So Priyanka, Dr. Bhupesh answered your question. Maybe after the session, I will just touch base with you to describe how Dr. Bhupesh, answered your question regarding if we are getting up late and if we have a different lifestyle, how do we manage to keep up a healthy lifestyle? So now, shall we move ahead to the slides again?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so we will be now talking about the concept of immunity through Ayurveda. Let me just share my screen.
Sure.
Is it visible now?
Yeah. So last 6 months, we have heard immunity everywhere. Yeah. So this word never got to this much buzz before the corona came in our life. Unfortunately, has stuck here. So every day we keep on listening about immunity. So immunity is a concept laid down in ancient Ayurveda literature way back. So it is called ojas in Ayurveda. So before I touch upon about before we take a deep dive in immunity, so I would like to describe kind of immunity we have. So one is innate, acquired, and passive. So innate is the immunity which we get by birth against the bacteria, viruses, to defend ourselves from the foreign attack. Acquired is we have from the exposure of external environment and vaccination. We have all gone to immunization programs. So vaccines are available for certain kind of uh, infectious disease and other disease. So that is acquired immunity. And third is a passive borrowed, which is a temporary in nature from mother to baby. So this is basically a very short concept of immunity, which is in the purview of modern medicine. Ayurveda again has a broader concept of immunity, and what are the things. Just like good things take time to be built, even immunity takes time. You cannot have anything any random thing and think that I would be having my immunity built in this certain fashion, or this certain drink can give me long lasting immunity. uh, there are certain principles which we need to follow to build our long immunity, which I have explained in this conversation, which will be part of next slides. So next slide, please. Yeah. So we need to follow this Ayurveda triad, which is called immunity protector. So Ayurveda works in the fashion of diet, lifestyle, medicine, ahar, vihar, and aushadh, chikitsa. So medicine, food can also be your medicine. Vihar, lifestyle is also very important, and medicine to play their role in making your immunity. So eating correct diet, as we have seen earlier, that following the right pyramid with the right diet is definitely going to build your longer term for immunity. Achal, next slide, please. So diet we have discussed in detail. Lifestyle also. So if you are following a bad lifestyle, that is going to be very detrimental for your health. It will definitely snap immunity from your body. Sadvrat, righteous conduct is also very important. In Ayurveda, we call the following a righteous conduct is known as Sadvrat. So Sadvrat following अच्छा सोचना, अच्छा पहनना, अच्छा खाना, दूसरों के बारे में भी अच्छा सोचना, that also build your mental strength and mental immunity. Healthy environment, creating a very healthy environment around you is very, very important. Having seasonal and regional food also add to your immunity. Following healthy habits is also very important. So these all are a part of your lifestyle. So if you want to, wake up with stars, you have to sleep. If you want to wake up with sunshine, you have to wake up with sleep with uh, sunset, right? I'm sorry I missed the entire this one liner that I created some days back. So lifestyle, adopting a lifestyle is also very important. So yeah, next slide please. Medicine. So as I told earlier that in Ahar, Vihar and Oshad, medicine do play a very important role. So what is happening in India right now that we are having all these kadhas at our own. So someone recommend that you should have this kind of kwath and kada every day. People don't know the quantity. And Ayurveda being very personalized in nature, very individualistic in nature, it is actually giving harm to these people who are using kada injudiciously. Is giving ulcer, acidity, bloating to their gut because they don't know how much and when it should be consumed. Right? What is direct anupan and carrier, honey, milk, how it needs to be consumed. So some of the medicines that I have listed for you to have are turmeric, basil. Turmeric is haldi, tulsi, basil, kutki, picosa, and giloy, tinosphere, ashwagandha. These 5-6 are Indian kitchen spices which are readily available. But again, you need to visit a Ayurvedic practitioner to know your prakriti, that which kind of. So if you have hot potency, hot potency drug will not be suitable for you at all. Ashwagandha will not be suiting you. Turmeric will not be suiting you. So instead of making it one shoe fits for all, we have to be very particular about our knowing our prakriti and which are the drugs that will be helping us. Rather, there are certain things which yes you can do. So chawanprash is one thing which can be consumed by kids, young ones, and our elderly generation because it is a good source of vitamin C. It has amla as a basic ingredient and other over 50 herbs. That makes it is a wider choice for people. It can be consumed the entire year, and it helps in making longer immunity for the people of all kind of age. There are therapies also. Anu tail and sesame oil. We need to put them in our nostrils every day in the morning. That can be done, small drops, 2-3 drops. If it's a kit, one drop can be put in the nostrils. Abhyangam, whole body massage is also very important to make your body, our body is the first line of defense for any foreign attack of visible and non-visible bacteria, everything. So abhyangam is something that gives you strength and prepare your body for later years of your life. Yes, so these are the things that Ahar, Vihar, and Okshad, diet, lifestyle, and medicines, which form an integral part of making longer term immunity in the Vedic way. Next slide, please. Yeah, so now we'll discuss about, we have discussed what are the things that build your immunity. There are certain things called immunity killers also. So if you do not follow the right health pyramid, you will not be having a good immunity, optimum immunity to beat the health issues, to beat the infections. The small example is a 3-month-old is beating the blues of corona, and same is as the 90-year-old. These are the examples we have seen. Whereas a 21-year-old succumbed to the corona. So the answer lies in one word, and that is immunity. So if you have your strong immunity, you can definitely beat any kind of viral attack, irrespective of specificity and sensitivity. Self-medication is a very prevalent practice that we Indians do. Thankfully, we are now aware that how self-medication is harmful for us. So some of the common self-medicating drugs are antacids, anti-allergic, anti-inflammatory, painkillers. They are sedative and hepatotoxic, liver cells killing in their nature. So even if you want to have some health issues, see, your health should be as important as any proud position to yourself. There is absolutely no harm. Doesn't matter which kind of pathy you trust, homeopathy, Ayurveda, or modern medicine. Your health should should lie in the safest hands. So you should always consult whenever you feel that you should not go to any OTC kind of drug. OTC drugs are good in nature, but they are quite generalistic in nature. You can take them, but if you have certain issues, you need to take consultation of a doctor, right? So self medication is definitely one thing which is detrimental for your health. So self medication should not be practicing. I'm stressing upon these words again and again because they have become a part of our life. We should not practice self medication at all, because this is making us resistant to antibiotics, to an superbug phenomena. We all know that how antibiotics are least resistant, least sensitive to us right now. Another thing is to be mentioned, no moral lessons here, but alcohol. Yeah, that's your choice. People do drink, but alcohol is called mad in Ayurveda. So, and immunity is called ओजस in Ayurveda. मद के सभी गुण ओजस के विपरीत हैं. So if someone drinks alcohol injudiciously, so it is aml, it is acid, it harms the guest. It's because we eat a lot of acid products, which eventually makes acid in our body, be it preservative, be it fermented, be it alcohol, every kind of meal. So even alcohol makes your immunity a weak one. So if someone wishes to have alcohol, make sure they have some alkaline food before it. And any injudicious intake of alcohol is definitely very harmful for your longer term immunity. Yeah, next please. So keep a healthy, and all these things do not come easily. You have to make effort, right? To clear an exam, you have to make efforts, and to get a healthy life, you also need to make effort. Keep a healthy habit planners near to you. Make a list that what was the last fruit or meal or food that actually land you in some trouble. For example, if I give specifically example of my own, jackfruit, kathal doesn't suit me because I have pitta prakriti, right? So anything which list down your foods, which was the last food that land you in trouble, that gave you trouble. So if you keep a diary of your meal diary, food diary, that will help you to eliminate those meals which is not beneficial for your health. And listing these will definitely keep you healthy, keep you more disciplined. It is all about, this health pyramid is all about making yourself disciplined. Next slide please. That is it for me right now. Yeah, so thank you so much. So I would like to take questions now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhupesh, for one point which is very clear from our from whatever knowledge we have shared till now, is that Ayurveda is very much specific to the body type, the prakriti of the body, and so one solution might not fit all. And also consistency, like we have discussed in some of our earlier sessions also, is one of the main pointers that is extremely important in terms of building our lifestyle and our health and well-being. And meditation has also been one thing that has been discussed in every session, whichever aspect of well-being we have, dealt with. Meditation has been a key pointer. So just a second here, I'll just give me a. Okay, sorry. So I was getting some voice from outside. That's why I had to close the door. So great. So now let us just move on to the chat if there are any questions. And we will also go through the set of questions that were shared to us through the Google form. So yes, like for rheumatoid arthritis, Dr. Bhupesh shared that he has to check the prakriti of the person first in order to suggest which kind of herbs can help. So I had a question, Dr. Bhupesh. What is kutki? Like, is there any other name also of that herb?
It is picoraja. It is picoraja and very much available Indian spice, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And there was one more. Maybe I'll check with you about that later, or we can also Google that. All of us can do a quick Google. Okay, so Priyanka has a question here. Can the food we consume balanced over the week? That I think that means by digestion, digested over the week. Priyanka, is that what you mean by that question? You can also unmute and ask the question. That is also fine.
Yeah, that would be fine. But what I got from her message that if we eat injudicious food for 5 days, can this be compensated over the weekend? If that is the question, that's a wrong practice.
Yes.
That's a wrong practice. It is like a hangover of alcohol. You drink alcohol for 5 days and then expect some kind of natural detox on the 6th and 7th days. Never gonna happen. The key lies in discipline. Yeah.
Okay, the next question is, can you elaborate a little on Know Your Prakriti? Maybe a little information. Yeah, please go ahead. Someone unmuted their mic.
So Devika has asked a question. Does Ayurveda have medicine for modern ailments? Okay, so there are no ailments as such which are defined modern and ancient ones. Ailment is an ailment is an ailment, right? Ayurveda has its own beauty in terms of that we do not need to define or put a certain medical condition into the category of a diagnosis. We find what are the aggravated doshas in body and basis hitu chikitsa, the cause and effect relationship. We do cause and effect treatment of while keeping Ayurvedic doshas in mind. We plan this treatment. It's totally different from modern medicine, wherein thrust lies of at symptomatic treatment, not at providing the treatment for the root cause of the disease. Yeah.
Yeah, there was also a question on if you can just say 2-3 lines about knowing our Prakriti. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Prakriti is a very, very broad topic, I would say. Right. The entire foundation of Ayurvedic Chikitsa treatment lies on a Prakriti. So Prakriti is basically made up of 3 doshas, Vat, Pitta and Kapha. So one can have Dvandaj, yani means two Prakritis, or some dosh Prakriti that has all the equal contribution of Vat, Pitta and Kapha, which is rarely found these days. Swami Vivekananda has some Yoga Prakriti. This is considered to be the best Prakriti. So if someone has Vat and Pitta Prakriti, Vat as a major contributor or as a dosh, they need to take meals which are Vata pacifying. For example, they need to take light, hot and anaktas meal. So, and if someone has the element of Pitta raised in their body, they need to have cooling meals that keeps their Prakriti, their Agni level in check. So this is a very brief concept of Prakriti, though it's a very, very vast topic. Every food has the potential to aggravate your prakriti. So the test that I have given, I have written a note on it. If you go to that link and get your test done, you will get to know everything about prakriti also, and also a small 1-2 pager that what are the diets that suit to your prakriti. Yes.
Okay.
Clarity on sugar and sweet consumption and how to intake honey and jaggery. Right. Manik has this question. Sugar, yeah. Again, this is one of the fat, salt, and sugar. These are three culprits right now in our. So marketing has teams have their unique funda. Whenever they are confused, they add sugar and sweets in your meals, so that your taste bud gets suppressed to the level that you don't feel actual taste of it. Right? You just get engross yourself into the aroma of your meal. They are the culprits, and today we are eating 30 times more sugar than we are having 30 years back, all thanks to sugar dipped, syrup coated candies, pastries. Right? Different. I cannot, I am very desi at heart. I don't know even how to pronounce these fancy pastries. Right. So these are the culprits. Yes, you can have the sweets which are traditional and Indian, which suits to our gut belly as well. So laddus, traditional goond ka laddu, besan laddu. These are the laddus, right? Panjiri, which our moms have been making us. Janmashtami is coming. Yeah, I'm sure these desi mithais would definitely be helping for us. Desi khand jaggery can be used uh, instead of white sugar or brown sugar. Achal, next question, please.
Yes. So the next question here is there any possibility of regeneration of optical nerve? One of my friend got some injured by bike, not able to view properly from one eye. So if you have any suggestions on that, yeah.
See, out of all the cells of our body, nerve cells are the largest cells, but they have the least generation power in their body. So I'm afraid to say that this is, if there are degeneration or there are damage to optic nerve, it is, and if retina is damaged, it is not possible to regenerate it, right? So, and I have not seen the case, so maybe, and in such cases, an ophthalmologist is the best person to judge. But even with the Ayurveda medicines, it is very the chances are very thin to regenerate any nerve. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bhupesh. Next question is from Raman. If someone had gone treatment for chronic disease, can that person rebuild his or her immunity?
Absolutely. It is very much possible to build, because the immunity is something that can be built any time, at any point of time, any time. Right. So I need to know what kind of chronic disease the patient is suffering from. Basis of that, if they adopt a right kind of diet, lifestyle, suiting their prakriti, it is absolutely possible to build immunity.
Question is consuming cheat meal okay?
Yeah, cheat meals. We all take cheat meals every once in a while, but you need to know your frequency, what kind of meal you are having. For example, if someone is having diabetes, then sugar coated things, dairy products, non-veg meals are absolutely no-go zone for them. Right? Cheat meals preferably should be in the daytimes, not in the not in the night. Again, because they will clog your intestine and makes your body prone for another ailments. Right? So if you're battling one disease, chances are that they would be having a couple of more diseases in the body.
So can all fruits be consumed, since some could be high in sugar content as well?
Basically, fruits, yes, all fruits can be taken. But if I give the example of certain fruits have some more level of fructose in body as compared to in their pulp. So mango has more fructose. So if someone is having mango and they are diabetic, so they should cut down on their mango intake. Similarly, lemon. So with my experience, lemon is a citrus fruit. it suits to some people very, very nicely, and to some it always gives us sore throat. So you need to check again. You need to keep a food diary of yourself, that if I'm having this meal, I'm having this fruit, it is giving me this problem. So by eliminating Ayurveda as a complex but very simple science, it is incomprehensible, but it is very incomprehensible also. You can become your doctor if you start, conversing with yourself. You can become your doctor.
This reminds me of my mother when she doesn't eat a lot of things, and every time the reason she gives is, I know my body. I know this doesn't suit me. Because I assume, what's the harm in eating this thing? No, just for example, milk. Like, what's the harm in drinking milk? It's good for the bones, you should have it. And then she is, I know what suits my body, right? Like, I am not able to digest it, and milk products are not so friendly to me. So that's how one should know his or her body type and can avoid some of the foods. And adding to Pranga's question, Dr. Bhupesh, people usually prefer fasting these days. It can be different types of fast or can be a religious fast. And one thing that is consumed a lot during that is fruits. So is it okay to have a detox day, supposed detox day with a lot of fruits? And when fruits have a lot of sugar content also. So is that okay, or again there should be some things we should take care of?
Fruits are absolutely okay to you. You can have fruits in your fast. They are not harmful at all. But if you compare sugar in the fruits with the artificial sugar, sugar in fruits is very, very much healthy in nature. But do not stick to fruits only. Have vegetables also. That is also, and have dry nuts also. So they keep a balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats in your body. If you have dry nuts like almond, walnut, they will provide you healthy fats in your body. If you have vegetables, they will provide you proteins in the body. So you will be having a fasting day, but at the same time, your health pyramid would not have any break in its structure. It will remain very much aligned with it. Yes.
Okay. So next question is again on fruits. What is the best time to have fruits? Can we have fruits at night? And then Vedic adds on to it saying that I've heard that fruits should be, taken empty stomach. But I've grown up eating seasonal fruits after meals. So is it incorrect?
The best practice in answering your two-line, fruit should be taken before evening and before meals. That's keep this simple funda in your life. Have it before meals and before evening. Yes.
Okay. Pranka has a question here. Doctor, I am nocturnal. It so usually happens that if I have dinner early, I feel a bit hungry at night. So should I drink water and sleep, or can I consume some healthy snacks, fruits at night as well?
There are options for people who are nocturnal or people who work in call centers. They have a total different health pyramid basis on their schedule. So they can keep healthy snacks, murmura, bhel puri, makhanas, right? These are some of the munching options they can keep with them, which will help in keeping their brain active. Yes. So these are some of the healthy snacks options, but fruits are not advisable. The only fruit you can take in the night is apple. Yes. Because it is readily available and there is no time to have apple. So only one exception to this thing is an apple. Yeah.
Okay, great. So there were pointers from the audience above which said that never thought of keeping a food diary. Actually, it was quite insightful for me also that keeping a food diary and also keeping a track of which food is giving you some problem. So maybe the first time I don't notice it and I just think that maybe, okay, I have eaten a lot or I have, something for by chance it has happened. But then there might be some food that can cause some problem again and again. So by keeping a food diary, we can also identify what type of foods are not suiting us. Like Dr. Bhupesh has mentioned, knowing, our body type and what food suits us is very important. And prevention, of course, like building our immunity and keeping a healthy diet. most of our questions were actually based on these two concepts that Dr. Bhupesh took us through, and also some of the questions that came through the Google form. So I'll just take a couple of questions from there. If you have any more questions, please feel free to mention on the chat box. And there was a question that came through the Google form which said that how to raise the standard of Ayurveda in our community.
Okay, yeah. So that's a very question that has a broad ambit again. So someone who has asked it, I admire him or her for asking this question. So the honor, what I would be answering in a manner which may find very paradoxical statement. The onus of raising standard lies with Ayurveda physicians, majorly, not with the audience or not with the patients, right? So what is happening right now, we after after studying Ayurveda, we try to put our time in hospitals, multi-specialty hospitals, instead of following Ayurveda as a main practice, right? So what we do, we do prescribe people as symptomatic treatment, right? Which is not the Ayurveda, authentic Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a broad science. We need to study the Ashtavid Pariksha, Prakriti of a patient, and customize their regimen according to their body health needs. It's not like someone is suffering from, if two people are suffering from cough, their treatment regimen will totally be different in Ayurveda, right? So onus lies on practitioners. And when I say onus majorly lies on audience, on doctors, onus, a part of onus lies with the audience as well, with patients as well. They should not do practice of having anything under the sky, like over-the-counter drugs, or following the gyan most of the babas give on their channel on TV, who are not graduate, who don't know the ABCD of Ayurveda. They prescribe you any damn thing under the sky, which is very harmful for our pathy and for people who do authentic Ayurveda practice. So yes, raising the standard of Ayurveda in community is lies with us. And I'm sure with young Vaidyas coming into the stream who are practicing authentic Ayurveda, I'm quite hopeful the future is of Ayurveda and future of creating a healthy community around us who knows what they are eating and how they are eating, when they are eating. I think there would be a healthy society around us. Yes, with the help of Ayurveda.
Yes, and you are one of those Vedas for us, Dr. Bhupesh. So we have, high hopes that yes, the standards will definitely rise. So just a question here, Dr. Bhupesh, like when we are talking about that, most of the things can be consumed, whether it is food or medicines, that depend on the prakriti of a person. So what are those Indian herbs that can be usually consumed on a day-to-day basis? Are there any, and which are healthy to have a healthy lifestyle? That was a question that came through a Google form also in a different manner, that how can we maintain a healthy lifestyle? Of course, we discussed a lot through our presentation, but just to clarify on this pointer, that is it okay to consume some of the Indian herbs and spices on a day-to-day basis, and what would be some of those?
Fortunately, Achal, all the Indian spices are available in our kitchen, right? We call it kitchen spices. So haldi, tulsi, ajwain, sof, these all are readily available at every household. They are absolutely easy to consume. And to all the participants here, I'm not sure how many of you are having soft fennel seeds after your meals. That was the common practice some 10-15 years ago at our home. They are digestible. They are quite digestible in nature. Even when we make our tea at home, we make sure we make it as a medicinal tea. It should have all these Indian spices. Again, know your prakriti. Know your prakriti. That's very imperative. So if you feel that you have higher basal metabolism rate, you have hot potency, so then ginger is not advisable for you. You should have cinnamon very rarely, in a very small quantity. You, however, tulsi, basils, and turmeric, black pepper. These are some of the herbs that we should incorporate in our meals very often. Even if you love to have curd, right? So curd, we all love curd, right? Most of us. Yeah. Flavored curds are also available. But the most important thing to have curd, that we need to neutralize its harmful effects. So just make it a more Ayurveda meal. Add sandal salt in it, rock salt, black pepper, and some fenugreek in it. Right. That makes it more digestible to your gut. So if something is harmful for your body, you can still make it. If you know that how we need to make it healthy for our body, it would definitely be helpful. So take the advice of an expert. If you don't know, follow. There are so much of material available on Google also. You can have it. If you do not have certain specific health ailments, yes, they are good to follow the advice of practicing Vedyas. They keep on writing it. But if you have specific ailments, it is always advisable to visit a doctor, to visit an Ayurveda physician.
And what about Giloy, Dr. Bhupesh? It's like called as Amrit these days. Yeah.
It is called Amrita in Sanskrit, and rightly been so. It has a very beneficial drug in terms of herb, in terms of making your longer immunity. But for pregnant women, it is not advocated. Otherwise, basis on your health ailments, for example, people who are having a fever, they would be having more dose of Amrita in their body. Giloy act as an antioxidant also, antipyretic, anti-inflammatory. So regular consumption of Giloy is also advocated. But if you have specific ailment, fever or arthritis, then again, you need to visit a doctor to know how it should be taken and when it should be taken. Yes.
Thank you. So Raman had another question here. He had asked a question earlier about the chronic illness, right? So he says here, in continuation to last question, my father had undergone treatment of throat cancer. Now he gets fever, cough, and chest congestion problem very frequently. I think this is because of his poor immunity. How he can improve his immunity?
I think this is a very health related question. Raman, I would like you to touch base with me. We can speak because again I need to take the entire history of the patient. This one shoe fits everyone to approach would not be helpful for him, and there has to be so many things that we need to do for him. So I'm not sure that it would be possible for me to advocate some few things as a remedies for his longer immunity. I would definitely love to write you and help you, but I need to have his detailed history in place before writing anything suggesting anything for you.
So, Dr. Bhupesh, we can get your details on aasayurveda.com, your website, right?
Yes.
I'm just mentioning it here. Just check if I have entered the correct credentials. So anyone who wants to get in touch base can reach out to Dr. Bhupesh on that. Also, we shared a link about checking our own Prakriti earlier in the chat. So you can also get your Prakriti, know about your Prakriti on this link. That's completely free of cost, and you get to know about your. So I've mentioned both the links here.
Basic general guide that can help you to know your Prakriti and what kind of meals you should have and what kind of lifestyle you should adopt to keep yourself healthy.
Thank you. So we are almost towards the end of the session. So to end our session, Dr. Bhupesh, if you have any specific simple mantra that you would like to share with our audience in how, to build a healthy lifestyle, to take care of our well-being, and any kind of lifestyle diseases. There was a point on lifestyle diseases in our share through our Google form, but I think that will be too broad in scope to share in our today's session. Maybe we can take some of the other queries in our later sessions. considering Ayurveda is such a huge topic, like we discussed earlier, a huge science in its vast science in its own. So, some last words from you, mantra for a healthy well-being.
Okay, the mantra that has been working for me is consistency. So whatever you do, be consistent. Be consistent. I see patients who are more apologetic on not following certain diet or lifestyle for 7 days in a month, but they don't feel they don't pat their back that they have followed something for 23 days. So be thankful. Be easy at yourself and be consistent whatever you do. Consistency is more important than perfection would take time. It comes, and nobody is perfect. Even I am not a perfect Vedya. I keep on reading it, keep on imbibing it. So you keep on doing your healthy things, whatever. Create a healthy environment around you, follow your healthy pyramid, and these are some of the things which will definitely help you. And we are our young generation. If you keep on following a health pyramid, we would be having a very healthy old age. Yeah, that's it. So
Thank you so much.
Mantra which is working, and that's a very simple mantra also, actually, which can be followed by anyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Achal.
Yes, please go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your sessions, and everything are very, the topics are very unique. Even the theme chat is very unique. Everything really revolves around keeping psychology at the center. So even at Ayurveda, it's very important to keep following your psychology, your patient's psychology, as well as the psychology around us, whatever we are doing. So that's very important for us. So thank you. My gratitude towards you and to everyone who has participated. Thank you so much. If you have any question, yeah, please, I'll be happy to help anytime. Details are there, available on aasayurveda.com. Happy to help always. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhupesh. Thank you all the participants for your presence, for your time. And like Dr. Bhupesh said, consistency is the key, and gratitude works beautifully even while doing our yoga sessions. Some of you have attended. So I always do this gratitude exercise towards the end of the session, because it's extremely important to, realize that there are a lot of things in our life to be thankful for. And thank you so much for appreciating our initiative of Chit Chat. We are just, trying our small effort to like bringing in focus towards preventive mental health care, emotional care, and physical health. And if we can even help 1% people through our effort, and speakers like you, experts like you, I think we can go a longer way in the longer run. Every effort matters, and consistency is the key here as well. So thank you, everyone. Keep taking care of your health. Health pyramid should be not inverted. Our biggest takeaway today, and a lot of insights shared by Dr. Bhupesh. You can get in touch with him on his website, and we will be planning more sessions like this in near future, and we'll keep you posted on that. Thank you so much. Have a great week ahead.
Thank you.